Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week, 1890's the date. Van Gogh's not feeling great, but is it possible to change that fate?
Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined on this journey as we go through time and space with my wonderful...
No, you got it, keep going.
With my wonderful companion, Lawrence, who is a dickhead. It was here in the TARDIS with me. Oh, fuck.
Here I am,
Hello.
I'm in the TARDIS.
We're in the TARDIS, we're pressing the ketchup and mustard buttons. Here we go.
Look at us go.
Intro, not a fan, if I'm being honest.
Do you know what? I've outgrown this.
Here's what. I don't like you making light of these situations, okay?
Oh, I apologise for the podcast that is exclusively making light of everything in this show.
Not this week, baby.
Oh no, it's going to get real. Tears will be shed.
This is a serious tone only, okay?
Okay, no jokes.
No jokes, not a single joke, not a single bit shall be done. No riffs, no bits.
Oh, no.
No zingers, no flimflams, no Zainaroonies, no wacky hijinks, no fucking shenanigans.
Yeah.
No silly goose scenarios.
Yeah.
No. You see what this is? This is a shenanigan.
This is a Zainarooni right here.
This is some classic tomfoolery I have gotten myself into already. Anyway.
It's unavoidable. If we can't do Zainaroonies, then we have to be smart, and I don't know if we're capable of that.
I don't like you linking in. I don't like you focusing solely in on Zainaroonies. Okay?
Is that not your proudest one?
No, that's not my proudest one. Pick another one, okay? Pick an established one, not something I just made up on the fucking spot, okay?
Yeah, but it works, Zainaroonies. I know exactly what you're inferring.
Well, yeah, because there was all the same thing.
And look, the listeners know the context too. We're all in on this. We've all chosen Zainaroonies.
I don't like this.
Any official bit is now a Zainarooni.
No, I do not endorse this. This is not canon to the Still Got Legs universe, okay?
I can clip you out saying I endorse and then cut you in saying Zainaroonies, and then boom.
This is not, no. Well, you won't.
No, I won't.
I just know you won't, because first of all, you're a lazy when it comes to editing this podcast.
Yep.
And second of all, you don't have time.
No, I don't. I really don't.
So
this is up tomorrow, and it is 10:30 in the evening. So yeah, I really don't have the time for that.
Yeah, and whose fault's that, Lawrence?
I guess mine, but
Yes.
I also saved you, and it was a fate you
What
were
do you mean?
willing to
No.
accept.
There's no I guess. It just flat out is.
Well, hang on, no, you were ill, which pushed everything back in the first place.
I was not ill.
Well, that's not
What
true.
I didn't push anything back.
No, we were gonna do 1 and 2 on a Tuesday and on a Wednesday and a Thursday. Then you couldn't do the
cares.
Wednesday.
No one cares.
No,
about
but
any
I
of
care
this.
now.
No one cares about any of this.
This isn't a Zainarooni. I'm trying to clear my name.
The fact is, we had a plan to record this earlier in the week, and then you went, but I don't want to.
Oh, okay, all right.
Which is basically what happened.
Yeah, but not before you did it first, although admittedly you were ill, but still, it counts.
Yeah, I had a reason to.
So did I. Did you want to do 4 hours of podcasting in an evening?
I would have.
Oh, okay.
I would have.
That's true. I made the call. It's true.
Yeah.
You hear that, everyone? Nathan lets me make the calls.
What? And notice how he said Nathan lets me. So he still needs my permission. Okay? He still needs me to sign off.
I was doing a Zainarooni.
No, you wasn't.
Okay.
There were no flim-flams here. This was all 100% serious.
So
no
that's
silly
your
goose.
favourite. Flim-flams.
I like flim-flams, yeah.
Sounds like a food. Sounds like a breakfast food.
No, objectively it does not. What the fuck is how does flim-flam sound like a breakfast food?
Think about it. If I were to say it like this, yeah, hello mate, can I get a couple of flim-flams, please?
You'd literally no. You just said the word again. Like
Yeah, but in context.
no, that doesn't help.
Nathan, when it comes to Zainaroonies, the rule is yes and.
I hate all of this. I hate you.
Okay, that's just that then.
Just that, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
All right. Sorry for making light of it in the intro. What episode are we doing?
Lawrence, this is episode 70 of Still Got Legs, and it is, of course, Series 5, Episode 10, written by Richard Curtis.
Hey, I know
directed,
him.
Shut the fuck up. Directed by Johnny Campbell. It is Vincent and the Doctor. We did it. We're here.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's go.
You had me on the edge of my seat for an I'm queer then. You haven't busted one of them out in a while.
No, and I refuse. Because frankly, you've gotten too comfortable making them.
Oh no, sorry.
So
I'm an ally, please.
No. The L in LGBT stands for Lawrence.
Oh, who's getting wrapped up in flim-flams now, Nathan?
I can't resist a good fucking flim-flam, all right? You know me. I'm a noted silly goose.
It's true. Always cracking a Zayna Rooney. Richard Curtis.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. What's he doing here?
He's writing an episode of
No,
Doctor
I
Who,
know what
Lawrence.
he's doing here. Don't do this. You know what you're doing.
This person who writes for a living is doing some writing.
Yeah, but it's like akin to fucking Quentin Tarantino stopping by and directing an episode of this.
First of all, no, it's not.
It is.
All right?
They're both highly prolific in their fields.
It is 100% not the same thing as Quentin Tarantino showing up to direct an episode of Doctor Who. And do you know why? Because Richard Curtis knows what Doctor Who is. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Richard Curtis is British. His movies are so explicitly British, okay?
Yeah.
And Doctor Who is big British iconography, okay? They're on the same sort of level in that respect, I think. And while, yes, Love Actually and whatever else he did has, gone on to be worldwide successful and all this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
it's not Tarantino. Those are two completely different levels.
All right, but then who's the British equivalent director that would be like stepping in? It's a weird thing for him to be here, is what I'm saying.
Oh, what's his name? Cornetto trilogy.
Oh, Edgar Wright. Yeah.
Yes, Edgar Wright. Yeah, who was offered to direct Rose.
Oh yes.
Yes. So
robbed.
There we go. We could have had it all.
Fucking hell. We could have had the only two British people stop by at Doctor Who at some point.
I say robbed. I saw last night in Soho. I don't know.
You look. Yeah. You saw one movie, you didn't like it. Does it negate the hard work of the trilogy?
It does. It's
Nathan?
tarnished his whole career.
You hate it when people do that to Taika.
I
You're
know.
like,
That was the joke. That was the joke, Lawrence.
Oh, sorry. What's a joke?
Oh, sorry. It was a flim-flam.
No, I
Okay.
think pretty sure it was a Zayna Rooney, if you ask
Shut
me.
the fuck up or I will cut off your microphone. Okay. So, Lawrence, you love Richard Curtis. You're always going on about him.
I don't know if that's true, but he's a
I
good
think
writer.
it's true. I think his name has come up quite a lot. Maybe not on this podcast, but on another podcast that we do.
Well, he writes good stuff. Him and Emma Thompson, they're a good little duo in terms of writing. They did one of your favourite Christmas movies. What's Love Got to Do with It? No, that's not the right one. Last Christmas.
Okay, first of all, I've literally never fucking heard of that in my life. Second of all, he didn't write Last Christmas, okay? And we actually got a comment on our YouTube channel this week saying Richard Curtis had nothing to do with Last Christmas. So then earlier today, I looked it up, and it's right. He has nothing to do with that movie.
Really?
It's not on his... Yeah, it's not anywhere on his IMDb.
Did he, exec produce or something?
I don't know, but he has nothing... According to his IMDb, he has nothing to do with it.
But it feels like his.
Okay, but feels like and actually written by are two very different things, aren't
All right,
they?
yeah, but don't act like you weren't complicit. We obviously both thought this was the case at one point.
I mean, only because you told me. I feel like that's different on my part. It's written by George Michael. No, it's
I
not.
don't know if that's true.
Emma Thompson and Greg Wise.
Okay.
There is no Richard Curtis on this anywhere. So
Well, there you go.
You was wrong.
He was too busy writing Vincent and the Doctor to join in on this one.
Well, no, because that was 2010.
Just go with it. I'm doing a flim-flam.
No. I've decided I don't like you saying flim-flam now. Either.
Oh, for God, you just don't like it when I say something. That's what it is.
True. Yeah.
Anyway, what's he doing here? Do you know why he's doing this?
Yes, I do. So Stephen Moffat once spoke to Richard Curtis and was like, hey, come do an episode of Doctor Who. And Richard Curtis was like, maybe. And then kind of like politely just declined, just forgot about it. But then like it was a number of times, I don't even think Stephen Moffat was in charge of the show when he asked him that. But then so much time later had passed and Richard Curtis then got in touch with Moffat and said, hey, I've got an idea for Doctor Who.
Oh, he came back with the begging bowl, did he?
He didn't. No, he didn't come back with it. I don't think he'd come. I don't think they'd be like, no, Richard Curtis.
No, obviously
writer. You wrote that bad scene in that time travel movie. But listen, okay, you're not doing whatever. No, he had an idea. He wanted to explore a story around for the longest time. Actually, he'd wanted to explore a story surrounding Vincent van Gogh and depression and mental health. And then he realized with Doctor Who, he kind of had the opportunity to do that in a fun time travel sort of way. So that's basically what he wanted to do.
I can't imagine any other outlet that he would have had for this story. Like, given what he normally writes, just a rom-com with Vincent van Gogh.
Just a very British rom-com. Yeah. With Bill Nighy in this. Well, Bill Nighy is in this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, look, there it is. There's the staple.
Yeah. Although Bill Nighy wasn't in yesterday.
No, I suppose he wasn't.
Unless maybe he was and I'm forgetting.
I don't think so. I just remember Ed Sheeran.
And the guy from Full Monty. Fuck, what's his name?
Robert Carlyle.
Yes, Robert Carlyle. Yes.
Who was he in yesterday?
He was John Lennon. Wasn't he?
Oh, he was
John Lennon. Yeah. All right, pal. I'm John Lennon. I'm looking forward. We're at the time of recording. We're approaching the start date of Doctor Who season 1, I guess, but I'm not calling it that.
He's a purist.
I'm a purist. Season 14 only, actually. I think you'll find. We're approaching the start of that, and there's going to be a Beatles episode, which I'm looking forward to. And you best believe that episode is going to be insufferable once we get to it on this podcast, because it's just going to be, George, how you doing, George?
Oh, okay.
Oi, lads, what about if I play the one about the octopus? I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade.
Very good.
I think it's really good, lads, don't you?
Stop.
Yeah, that's not bad, Ringo. Well done, Ringo.
I like that all four of them have the exact same voice, according to you.
Yay! Yeah. Oh, I never get tired of doing Beatles impressions.
I know, I could tell.
It's so much fun. Oh,
oh my God.
Anyway.
Right. General thoughts, Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh boy, we're 15 minutes into this, and look. I mean, Yara, you go first.
I like it. I think it's really good. Obviously, it's really good. It's Vincent and the Doctor. I don't think it's perfect.
Oh,
I think Richard Curtis. Oh, here we go. Yeah, hot take. No, I think Richard Curtis has limitations. It's clear he hasn't really delved into writing about monsters and kind of some sort of sci-fi elements before, but I can still respect what the monster is like representing in this. And to be honest, the episode is worth it alone for the ending scene and just the character of Vincent van Gogh in the show anyway. But yeah, so pretty near perfect for me.
So just so everyone is fully aware, Lawrence's opinion is, as always, completely irrelevant. And mine
I said pretty near perfect.
Mine is the only one that matters. Something mashed potato.
Fuck's sake.
Come on, it's a certified banger. Of course it is. Of course this is a certified banger.
Yeah.
Was there ever any doubt?
There wasn't any doubt that you would say it. Yeah, no.
And do you not agree?
I don't know. The monster does bring it down.
You are a fool and a fiend and an idiot, good sir.
I would say banger, not certified for me.
There's better be a flim flam, all right?
Okay.
There's better be a flim flam, okay? Because I'm not happy about this.
All right, fine. Well, convince me. Tell me. Make me change my mind.
No.
I refuse.
I refuse. I'm gonna be the bigger person.
Nice.
So okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. I watched the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer again. It's quite fun. So we open on a wheat field, seeing the man himself, though only partially. And he's doing some work. He's painting the landscape. We actually see a wheat field with crows. We then hard cut from the painting itself to seeing it on display in a gallery in Paris, whose name I cannot pronounce, so I won't try. And Bill Nighy is there, wearing a lovely little bow tie, and he's giving us a guided tour of his works. He's basically explaining that, like, in the final few weeks of Van Gogh's life, he, like, painted all the big hitters, like all his like great modern all his great masterpieces, and it's kind of akin to like Shakespeare knocking off Othello, Macbeth, and King Lear all over the summer holes, as he put it in his delightfully charming British accent. And he has that little awkward laugh as well.
He's, do you know what? This is like, he's one of them people that, like, when you slip him into a show like this, he should stick out like a sore thumb, but he just nails it. Like, he's got the vibe immediately.
He's Bill Nye. Has he ever been bad in anything?
Not bad.
No is the answer to that.
No, but, like, you know when sometimes you look at someone and you go, like, you should stick out here because you're you and you're enormous.
Not Bill Nye.
I guess he slips into British stuff.
He's a chameleon. He's a chameleon.
That's true.
You can watch the entirety of the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, and then someone will be like, "Oh, Bill Nighy's in this movie," and you're like, "What?
Which one
Who
is
the
he
fuck
again?"
Did Bill Nighy play? And here we go.
No, but I haven't seen those movies in years.
Exhibit fucking 8. Lawrence, he's a pretty key main character in those movies. When I say who, your mind might actually be blown.
Go on.
He's Davy Jones, a.k.a. the Big Squid Man.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say there's no excuse now, because every 5 minutes on Twitter, someone's like, these are actually the best special effects ever made. I don't know if you guys have seen these. I mean, they are. They're amazing. Yeah, but
it's
still.
pretty fucking incredible.
I love that he's like... I didn't know much about Van Gogh, but the episode sets it up perfectly as, like you said, the final years of his life being... He describes it as something as, like, often regarded as one of the best outpouring eras of art, which is, like... Imagine that being attached to your name. That's pretty good.
I mean, it would be if you knew it.
Oh yeah. Well,
such is the tragedy of Vincent. He sadly, Bill Nye goes on to explain that in his own life he was a commercial failure. Never was able to sell a painting for any more than basically a couple of quids, and people thought, you're rubbish and you're weird and you smell. Go away. Like they don't like you. So yeah, he saw himself as a bit of a failure, which makes it all the more tragic.
I bet in the afterlife they all feel very silly.
I bet they do too. I bet they're all that in whatever version of the afterlife there is. They're all there just awkwardly like they rub their shoe on the ground and just awkwardly look down and stuff. They're like twiddling their thumbs together. We also see the Doctor and Amy wandering about in the background of the French Museum. Which is actually the Cardiff Museum, but I won't tell if you don't.
Nope.
And Amy thanks him for bringing her, saying that he's been extra nice to her lately, and she's starting to wonder why.
Why could that be?
It's because her fiancé died, and she doesn't remember him.
They have been to Arcadia and the Trojan Gardens. Are they the same place?
Yes. I don't know.
I couldn't remember if they said Arcadia, the Trojan Gardens, or Arcadia and the Trojan Gardens.
I believe it would be Arcadia, the Trojan Gardens.
There we go. Okay, cool.
Yes. I assume the Trojan Gardens is where they sell condoms or something.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah. No, why would it be?
You said it, not me.
Yeah, but you then said, I guess it would be.
Because they could have trees in the gardens that grow condoms.
No.
Pre-sealed?
That's just what they call the factory.
Oh, okay.
The Trojan Gardens.
It's awful.
Yeah.
My version of this was way more magical and nice than yours.
Mine's not. Mine's just a dirty, seedy factory.
With a bunch of creeps working in it.
With a bunch of creeps making condoms, yeah.
I like how they're specifically creeps.
They gotta be.
They're just, condoms.
Are you a creep? We want you to make a condom.
Someone's going to have sex with this.
Oh, I like that. I like Trojan condoms. Anyway, what a weird...
They're taking some of them
start.
off the assembly line. I'll save this one for me.
Lawrence, I said no flim-flams.
Okay, sorry. I think this might be the most amount of flim-flams we've done pre-episode as well.
The flim-flam per minute capita in this episode is pretty high, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Let's be really
Anyway,
boring for 10 minutes now.
No. We get some ADR children's voices then telling us about a painting of the doctor, but not that doctor, a different doctor who treated Vincent. So that's pretty fun. I love an ADR voice.
I do like ADR voices. They're always fun and definitely not noticeable. I do like that the doctor actually spins around on the spot and is like, oh, no, we're all good. How many times a day do you reckon that happens for him?
It's a very common saying.
Yeah.
Just the doctor is a phrase that does come up quite a lot in just regular conversation.
Yeah.
So you'd have to imagine he's just constantly just on edge, like a dog just constantly hearing their own name, you know?
Yeah. How much do you as a person know about Van Gogh and his work?
Why?
I'm just curious because I wanted to ask if like all of these paintings that you're seeing around, are they all based on real work?
They are all based on real work? They are all real work.
Well, no, are they all the real work? Because
they're all they're not just going to be like, just get one that kind of looks like
no,
it.
it's
Like,
not what I meant.
Why bother? Just get the paintings.
I don't know.
Van Gogh's. They're not the actual Van Gogh painting. They're obviously fucking prints.
Right.
of
No,
them.
don't make out like I was asking that. I know this. All right.
Then what are you asking?
I'm saying, were there any that were like newly made for the show? Like someone emulated the art style for a little fun thing? Or
There is one that has been made up specifically for the show. I think I can't confirm it, but I think, and I'll get into that later on in the episode. Okay.
All right.
But other than that, as far as I'm aware, they are all original Van Gogh pieces.
Okay.
Obviously, not the actual fucking ones. That'd be ridiculous.
No, they got the real
but
ones.
They're all... No, they didn't. Shut the fuck up. You can't turn this into a flim flam. You're an idiot, okay? They're obviously Van Gogh works.
All right. There's a spooky face, Nathan. A big spooky face.
There is a spooky face, yes. Amy and the doctor take a look at the church at Arvers. But the doctor notices something in the window, something very not right at all, and declares that they need to go talk to Vincent van Gogh.
I like this because it's one of the moments where like he has a time machine, but not the specifics of where he needs to go. So often the TARDIS just lobs him somewhere, or the Doctor just lands somewhere and happens upon something. But I do like that he has to go to Bill Nye and is like, so like if you were going to pinpoint this to a day, like a specific day, and surprisingly he manages to nail it. Like,
well, he gives him a rough window.
well, he gives him a 2-day window, which is pretty spot on. Like,
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he is supposedly an expert, so you'd expect that of him.
how do they work shit like that out?
It's probably dated. I don't fucking know.
No, but if it was dated, he'd know, wouldn't he? So he's nailed it down to the
it's
thing.
probably, I don't know, fucking like diaries and shit.
Or like the first recorded entry of it, I guess.
Just the diaries, like, oh, today I went to the fields. I did a little paint. What did you paint? Don't know. And then they work it out from
I
shit.
don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a historian. All right.
I love Van Gogh.
And I will
like,
say, some of the actual history and shit in this is a bit off. Okay.
Oh, all right,
Because like there's the moment where like Amy's like, oh, sunflowers. Oh, these are nice. These are beautiful. And Van Gogh's like, oh, I fucking hate them actually. And by that point, he'd already painted several versions of sunflowers. Okay?
Oh, okay, right.
And I think the actual version, you know, spoiler alert, that we see at the end, because first of all, sunflowers is not just one paint; it's a whole fucking series. There's like quite a few different versions of the painting.
Yeah.
Okay, but the version we see at the end, the one which is transcribed for Amy, spoiler alert, that was actually, I believe, it was actually painted like well before this episode would have even took place. So.
Look, bit of creative license. I'm fine with it.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you actually fucking, you know, that sort of shit, fuck off. Just shut up, okay?
Anyway, so Bill Nye tells them to head back somewhere between the 1st and the 3rd of June 1890, which just so happens to be less than a year before he took his own life, which is a bit of a precursor to the Sting, and then we get a lovely Sting.
Less than a few months, I believe. I believe it was later in the summer.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's quite... I mean, it's quite sad, isn't it? It gets really sad, this episode.
I mean, it is. Yes, it does. It does. Anyway, title Sting, yes. TARDIS lands in Van Gogh Town, and Amy and the Doctor are wandering the streets looking for Vincent, and they happen to stumble upon a cafe terrace at night.
I was like Leonardo DiCaprio doing the pointing meme. I was like, I know this. I've seen this.
I don't think you've cottoned onto my bit yet. It looks beautiful. It's a great recreation. I think it's beautiful. I think they did a good job. Really,
I've cottoned onto your bit. Don't think your bit is above me.
Well, you didn't until I said that.
I picked it up. I know you're listing the titles.
I think it looks beautiful. I think it's a great recreation.
It is. I like that the art department have obviously had to like work quite hard to make. Well, a lot of these paintings as well. They're impressionist as well, so they're like the dimensions are all over the place, and they've had to keep them consistent enough that you can look at it and go, "Oh, that's that." But at the same time, make it feel like a real person could actually walk into that building without being like an inch tall or something.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, it does look really good.
This episode is filmed in Croatia. I believe it would have been filmed the same time as Vampires in Venice. Well, like in the same block as Vampires in Venice, because I think it's pretty much the exact same town.
Yeah, they've got that. They've got that street set, and they're like, let's use this.
Let's use this. Yeah, it's pretty good. And why not?
Yeah. I like that. Obviously, we stumble upon the man himself being thrown out of a bar, and he's kind of saying to the servers, I'm good for it. What are you doing? I always pay my tab, and they just outright laugh. They're like, "This obviously is not true."
Yeah, they all laugh at him. He tries to pay for a drink with a selfie, or if you will, self-portrait with a straw hat.
Very nice.
How good is the casting of Tony Curran?
Oh, it's spot on. Like,
it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like, they if you'd have told me they went back in time and got Vincent van Gogh, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Look at him. Fucking look at that guy.
There is a specific shot towards the end where like they focus from a self-portrait, right, to Van Gogh seeing the self-portrait, and it's a very slow pan, and it's just like, that's the guy. That's the same guy.
It's the same fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
It's the same dude. It's insane.
It is quite uncanny. What do you make of the accent?
I like the way they brush over it.
Yeah, same.
I like the way a little later they're just having a drink and Vincent just says to Amy, "Oh, your accent, you from Holland like me?" And Amy just goes, "No," and it just goes, "Yes." She means yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's it. It's a weird TARDIS trend. Don't worry about it, all right?
Yeah.
Fucking who cares, man? Anyway, the doctor offers to pay for the drink or the painting, whichever is easier, and Vincent calls him an idiot. He's like, whoa. No, all right? You want to get laughed out of town, then go ahead, but absolutely not.
It's so self-defeatist, isn't it? He's like, I was just trying to do the same thing, but someone else tries to buy it. He's like, are you a fucking idiot?
Are you a fucking idiot? You trying to buy me a drink? Yeah. Don't you know that I'm a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
All right?
Only a fucking idiot would buy this painting. It's shit.
Anyway, Amy then buys a bottle of wine, which she will share with whoever she wants. Where's she getting the money from? She got some 1890s era Dutch currency laying around, has she?
I guess. I hadn't really considered that. I suppose
She's not paying for it on card. She's not got Apple Pay.
No, I mean,
right.
She might. I know someone that doesn't.
Well, she hasn't. It's 2010. So.
Oh yeah, true. No one has Apple Pay then.
No one's got Apple Pay in this situation, so she's fucked. Man.
Yeah, I guess
the doctor never has any money on him. So.
Oh yeah. How far can the psychic paper go here?
I mean, but they'd have to take it though, wouldn't they?
I get, yeah. Throw up a check or write an IOU on it, maybe. Oh, this guy doesn't like IOUs. Yeah.
I don't think they had checks.
I guess not.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how they bought it. Right?
Well, I'm just saying.
Tighten up your shit, Richard Curtis, all right?
Yeah, you're on thin ice. Not with me, only with Lawrence. There's a little bit of hair-based flirting going on between Vincent and Amy, which I quite enjoy.
I've said there's observing hair colour riz.
Okay, great. Anyway, the doctor tries to quickly brush past it, much like I will try to brush past that awful comment there. Good bit of fun, though. I like that. And then he's, of course, asking about him painting the church, because that's why they're here, basically. They're like, hey, when you're painting that church, we saw a little face in it, and it shouldn't be there. So
he's so persistent.
he's very persistent. But anyway, they get interrupted by a scream because someone's been murdered.
Yep.
They find a body. It's a young girl. And then everyone's like, "Oh, you go away."
And there was at least like 4 people that saw it wasn't him.
Well, they're like, "You did this, you and your madness." They blame it on him. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on.
I love how quickly the progression is from like there's a dead girl in the street and it's like let's pelt him with rocks. Get him, boys.
Yeah. Vincent says he's quite used to it as well, which makes it even more sad.
Yeah. It's
Man's just trying to go about his life, then everyone's like, hey, let's throw stones at that guy.
I like to imagine all these.
Yeah, and he's the mad one.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's throw stones at him.
I like to picture that any minor inconvenience happens to any of them. They're like, fucking Vincent, get the stones.
It's true, yeah.
Quickly, to the rocky verge, everyone. Fucking ammo up.
I do like when Vincent asks, what he says to the doctor, where are you staying for the night? And then the doctor just goes, oh, you're so kind. Yeah. I enjoy that quite a lot. That's good stuff.
He's got quite used to being imposing, I suppose. Like,
he's always imposing.
Yeah.
He's always letting himself in and making himself. Remember when Ted just like went into that woman's kitchen and just started like eating the fucking jam out the jar or whatever?
Oh,
he just dipped his fingers straight into the jar in fear her. Do you remember?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And Rose was like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Stop that!
Stop that now."
People will talk.
He doesn't understand. He's a weird alien.
I do like that in Vincent's little house. He's just got like it's like
whoa. Why are you talking about Vincent's house?
They go in, don't they?
Well, yes, Lawrence, but not before. Okay, not before Amy takes a second to admire a bedroom in Arlay.
For fuck's sake.
And before Vincent, and before she goes in, Vincent apologizes about the clutter, and we get a quick pan around the room, and in the background we can see a portrait of Dr. Gachet.
I don't like this tone.
On the windowsill, we see a vase with irises. And panning around the room, we can even see a woman rocking a crate. Do you know how fucking long this took me to research all these fucking names? I will continue this bit without any resistance from you.
I'm not resisting.
This took me so fucking long, okay? So you shut up and you listen to my fun little bit.
I'm listening. I'm a captive ears. Have you got any more?
All right. No, that's all for this one.
Everyone won't be able to see this, but it comes with you know the Count Dooku meme, the superior look of the signature look of superiority. Nathan's just pulling this smug face after every delivery of the painting titles.
That's just my face.
Okay, it's your signature look.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's all these paintings drying up. It's good. Looks nice.
Great.
Well, no, because I realised that in my note I said I wrote down the titles as well, and I was like, well, you.
No, you fucking did.
I look.
No, you fucking.
I wrote
did.
down
There's
the bedroom
no
in whatever. It's not Arles, but that's what it says.
What did you write?
I said the bedroom one. Had to Google the title though. Bedroom in, and then I just put Arles with a question mark.
In the French pronunciation, it's probably close to. Ole.
Ole.
I don't know. I'm not French.
So I didn't write down all of them. I wrote down that one.
Well, you're a fool. Okay. Vincent gets a moment to talk about his special interest, which is good fun.
Oh, it's beautiful. Richard Curtis is shining in this scene, I will say.
I'm talking about the moment where he's more so stimming off the walls, and he's just the doctor's like, all right, you've had enough, mate. You need to calm down for the night, you know?
But it's good, though. I think it's a lovely take on art. Like he says, there's so much more to the world than the average eye can see. And if you look close enough, there's more wonders in the world than one could dream of. And what did he say? He says something about nature being like a challenge to understand and a mystery to unpack. And I was like, that's lovely. Like,
it's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, look, he is absolutely stimming out for sure, but it's still very, very nice and beautifully put. Do you think there's like some parallels drawn to the Doctor here?
Of course there is. Yes.
Yeah. No, but like in this specific scene.
I don't know about in this specific scene.
I think because Eleven's very observant, isn't he? And he's always like checking out his surroundings and stuff. Like,
no, I don't think that's anything.
No.
Well, okay. I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong. Good stuff. Anyway, someone's screaming outside, Nathan. What's going on?
It's Amy, all right? I told you, she's taken a second to admire some more art. And then they're interrupted by a scream from Amy. Oh, yeah, she says something to hit her from behind. And then Vincent sees something that they can't, basically. They can't see what's going on. Vincent's like, big monster, big fucking monster, whatever. Some kind of powerful and terrifying monster that is invisible to everyone else apart from Vincent. I wonder if that has any significance to the episode. But probably not. Probably just a coincidence. Really.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything that could be possibly representing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no reason why that would be thematically significant. Some sort of invisible monster that takes over your entire life and leads people to think you're mad and insane. And it's pretty. I can't see what sort of significance that would have on a man with depression.
I can't think.
Wait a second.
Hang on.
I think this might be a coincidence.
He really lucked into that one, didn't he, Richard?
What a flim-flam if there ever was one.
I do like that the Doctor is very much on the back foot. He's just kind of like he looks like a goalkeeper that like is very active. Like he's just hopping from side to side and being like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm here. I'm here to help.
He's just blindly waving a stick around. He's like trying to kind of sword fight, but he's just swinging at nothing. He's like, I've got it. I'll push you back, you devil. I've got you here. And meanwhile, Vincent is actually shoving the actual monster away and dealing with it, while the Doctor is just, I don't know what he's doing, but he's having fun. He's having a good time, bless him.
It's 11 being physical, and we do love that. Yeah.
It's good stuff. The Doctor, Vincent paints over one of his works to draw the monster, and this is the one that I believe was created just for the episode.
That's fun. Yeah,
it is fun, isn't it? Because there's no kind of idea of it in our. It's just one that's like in the appropriate. And the reason I found this out is because this one is actually one I actually alluded to earlier. I actually said it was, what did I say? Evasive viruses or some shit like that. That's not true, okay? That was because I literally spent about 30 minutes looking for this one fucking painting.
Oh, right,
okay?
yeah.
And I could not find it. Anyway, I found similar ones, and I just stole the name of one of those and put it over it. But this one specifically, could not find it anywhere, which leads me to believe it's just something they made up for the episode and then had him paint over.
But that works perfectly, because like you say, he ruined it. It's not there to
find.
No
record of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Instead, there'd be this weird scribble of a thing.
This weird monster face here. So, yeah.
I do like the Doctor's reaction to that, just seeing him just ruin what would possibly be worth fucking millions in the film. Like, oh, no, fuck. Okay, fine.
I don't think the Doctor really cares about the monetary value.
No, but it's
it's more just the artistic value that he cares about.
Yeah, it's just like
the cultural value.
Oh,
I know you're just about big numbers.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. You were working your way there. He was like, he's going to connect the dot in a minute. Yeah.
You only care about art in terms of monetary value.
Yeah, so of course. That's me. That's always me.
Yeah.
The Doctor heads back to the TARDIS. He's going to like use the canvas now to like.
Well, he heads back to the TARDIS, but not before giving them a little fright.
Oh, okay. Right. Go on.
Well, he just gives them a scare.
Okay.
Just don't like that moment?
I like the moment, but I was like, I'll move on to the next note, but fine.
All right. Fine, we don't have to talk about it. That's fine.
Well, wait, go on, please.
No, it's fine. You want to move on? I'll move on.
Do you know what? I will. The Doctor heads back to the TARDIS. I do like the POV shot of the invisible creature. They do this every now and again, Doctor Who. They get a nice POV, and I like this one because it hasn't got like a fucking kaleidoscope effect on it. It's actually just a kind of shaky camera.
It is usually a kaleidoscope.
It is.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I believe it's. They also call it saving the budget.
Oh, they absolutely do. Yeah, I mean, thank God that metaphor was worked out.
And this episode is a godsend for that, because there really is only a few moments where you actually see the creature. And let me tell you, it doesn't look good.
No,
so
it doesn't. I'm glad when it's not on the screen.
Yeah, they fully went. Let us pull back the pennies on this one. Okay?
I think it's quite creative though, because while it's absolutely it works for the metaphor, but also the budget reasons. It's a good bit of camera operation. It's a good bit of like sound design as well, with like these kind of breathy effects. Yeah. But don't say here he goes.
No, here he goes, everyone.
No, but it is.
He saw challenges once, and now he's all about.
You don't even know what that's referring to.
He'll start talking about how this monster plays tennis next.
For fuck's sake.
Not like Wimbledon 2004.
Oh no! Oh god! Someone buy this man a fucking. Oh, I've lost the word. What? Flim Flam. It's a Flim Flam book. Don't worry.
That was a good Zaina Rooney. Even what it was.
I think we found the difference between a Flim Flam and that was a Zaina Rooney. That one was not.
Yeah,
good.
That was dead.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, no Flim Flams here. Anyway.
Anyway, so the Doctor's in the TARDIS. He's using all his gadgets. He's got a trunk of bizarre gizmos, which I quite enjoy.
I love a trunk of bizarre gizmos.
Yeah.
Give me them all. Let me explore them. Let me spend an hour diving through that trunk, pulling out these little trinkets and toys and machines. I want to examine and see what they all do. He's pulled out the ID machine, I guess.
I suppose so, yeah. Scan this and what is it? Yeah.
Just look in a mirror. Let's see what it is. Poorly designed, but it's good fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it whenever we get a Doctor gets identified and it's a past version of the Doctor sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I love this. It's good fun. It's good stuff. We had it earlier in the season with his library cards.
Oh, Vampires of Venice, right?
Yes, Vampires of Venice, yes. And here we get his little machine identifies him and we get a few little pictures of William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton. So that's good to see.
That is good, yeah.
Good fun.
It is always a bit of fun. You say it's badly designed. I like the mirror thing. I think that's it's just stupid. It's a little device.
More from a point of like, I'm more talking about like when he's been chased. In like,
practical kind of use. It would be impossible.
Yeah, practical use is a bit off, really. But yes. It's a good design in terms of like the actual machine and elements and stuff. Yeah.
I do like that this is kind of a it's frustrating for the Doctor because he's there and he's like, this is, been hand-drawn by an impressionist artist. And so he's like the Doctor who's very much like he deals with his facts and his figures and he's like, if I just had a fucking picture of this fucking thing or I could describe it, even if I could just see it, I'd probably know what it was. But instead he has to hold up a crudely drawn sketch and the TARDIS is like, I don't fucking know. What was this?
I think it's a good sketch though.
It does the job, but yeah.
It gets it pretty bang on, to be fair. Considering he only saw it once in the dark whilst he was attacking him.
Yeah.
I think it's a good going.
Do you think they let him draw it and then the special effects team made it based on that, or they did it the other way around?
Well, I don't think he actually drew it, first of all.
You see him start to scribble it, yeah. It's the cutaway trick, Nathan.
Lawrence, come on. Come on. Next, you'll be telling me fucking Leonardo DiCaprio drew Kate Winslet's boobs in Titanic.
No, I won't,
and
Nathan.
not pervy James Cameron.
Yeah, I was going to say, I forgot you know more about the Titanic than me. God damn it!
Don't you dare try to one-up me on Titanic trivia, okay? Know your place, little boy, okay?
I'll sit down. I'll go watch Challengers again.
Yeah. Step out to your own toys.
Lorimer's.
Fucking trying to out-Titanic me.
The CG is...
Wait. Just hold your horses.
Fine, I'm going to have a sip of Pepsi Max. Go on.
You should, okay? I like that he steps out of the TARDIS into daylight, which supports this long-held theory, I don't know if you know about this, about time moving differently within the TARDIS.
I don't know this, but I can gather what it's about.
Did you think about this at all? The fact that he goes in there for 2 minutes and a whole day passes?
I'll be honest, I did not. It's just one of them things I just didn't notice.
Unobservant Lawrence strikes again.
I was too busy writing all my other notes about challenges.
Classic unobservant Lawrence.
Tell me the theory then.
It's basically that.
I knew, but I was just giving you a chance to go and elaborate.
Basically, however long you spend inside the TARDIS is not directly proportional to how much time is passing outside of the TARDIS, okay? Which explains things like, in Fear Her, where the TARDIS lands between the two little boys, the shipping crates, and he steps out and is like, oh, I gotta go. And he shuts the door, and then the TARDIS is immediately dematerializing. That's not enough time for him to get there and to pull the controls and stuff. And then it's
okay, yeah.
So, and then most recently, people were getting quite vexed and complaining about the fact that in the 60th anniversary special, The Star Beast, when the Doctor and Donna go to the TARDIS, Donna just been coincidentally named for a new companion. Not a spoiler. When they go to the TARDIS, there's a whole probably about 5-minute scene that passes, and then when the TARDIS dematerializes, those who were outside of the TARDIS are still just stood there watching it go.
Waiting for it, yeah.
And being quite shocked, and they're they just stood there all that time, and no, time moves differently. That it could have been 5 seconds for them. So,
but also, firstly, that's lame anyway. I'd watch it. I'd stay to watch it.
Well, they are just staring at a box.
Yeah, but they know it's going to go somewhere.
Not really, because they're just popping in for a quick thing, aren't they?
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, they are just getting something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, boring. Yeah. I'd be off. How does that work then in the can't remember the name of the episode, the Rachnos episode.
Christmas Invasion?
That's it, yeah. No? Is that the Sycorax one?
Wait, what's the Rachnos? Oh, Runaway Bride.
That's it, the one. Thank you. How does that theory hold up when the Doctor is hanging half out of the TARDIS and half in the TARDIS? And Donna jumps from a cab into the TARDIS. Does she like jump into the TARDIS and then the TARDIS just isn't there because it's already ahead? How does it work?
No. That doesn't poke any holes in there whatsoever.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't. It's just saying that outside and inside the TARDIS, they're not directly proportional. They can be if they need to be.
No,
and if the doors are open, then time is shared. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but if the doors are closed, and it's not a fucking set in stone. It's not like 1 hour in the TARDIS equals 24 hours on Earth.
Yeah.
It's just time is differently. It can be faster, it can be slower, it can be whatever, It doesn't mean it's a set thing. There are no rules to this.
I would scrutinize this more if I didn't like your explanation of time is shared when the doors are open. I like that, but other than this, I think this theory is largely let's fix some holes. Let's plug some plots.
That's all of Doctor Who, you fucking idiot.
I know.
That's all of Doctor Who. And also, it's just a theory.
I like it. I like the time is shared thing. I thought it was good.
Shut the fuck up.
Can we talk about the CGI on the creature now?
Yes, we can.
It's naff, innit?
Yeah, I mean, we've already said that.
Yeah, it's not good. I do like that it's kind of in this sequence, you only really get a glimpse of it through the mirror, which is fun. But yeah, other than that, it's creative, but not the best.
Yeah, it's true. He gets chased by Amy. No, he gets chased. He gets chased by the monster, and then he gets scared by Amy.
Yes,
is what I meant to say.
Anyway, we head on back. Are we back in Vincent's house at this point?
Yeah, they are. They wake up Vincent, and they're like, "Time to get up." He's in a bedroom in LA again. I think it's the actual bedroom. Again, they recreated it. It looks good.
Yeah.
I always love the way the Doctor just opens the windows and goes, "What a morning!"
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just like it. I enjoy it so much. It's beautiful.
It's a nice happy-go-lucky sequence. I do think it's fun. I tell you what though, the bedroom itself, the setting, like the local cafe set is great. This is incredible. Right.
Yeah.
The bedroom. No, but I think it's a bit better than the cafe one. But because the bedroom is like,
because the cafe had to be recreated on a real life street.
Yeah.
This could be one for one in a studio.
Yeah.
Made exactly how they wanted it to be made.
But they managed to like everything's working in tandem because the camera frames it in a way that still makes it look like it has that kind of printed on 2D 3D effect.
Yeah.
It's a very 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 good realization of it, and I quite enjoyed it.
100%. Yeah. It's good stuff.
The Doctor's nervous. He's kind of doubting what's going on because I think
Amy has a surprise for Vincent in the garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're way ahead, mate. Amy has a little surprise for Vincent in the garden, and we see her surrounded by sunflowers, which is, and I mentioned this earlier. I just kind of played my card a little earlier, but yes, it's a series, not a single painting. There are multiple versions. Vincent mentions he doesn't actually like sunflowers, but can start to see the interest in painting them, even though he already has. But don't worry about it.
Listen, we forgive it, all right? We move on.
We forgive it, yeah.
This is very Amy, just to pull a wild card like this. Doctor's like, enough. You pack this in.
She's having fun.
I know.
She loves it. She's having a good time. And Vincent, then they have a talk, and Vincent identifies the creature. He's like, yeah, that's the boy. I saw him. And the Doctor explains it's a creature called the Crephaeus. Usually they travel in packs, but occasionally one gets separated, ends on some kind of planet alone, and trouble ensues, basically.
Sad. Just,
well,
they could have had a mate.
Yes. Not yet. We'll get to the sad.
Okay, fine.
We'll get to the sad, all right? Yeah, and Vincent agrees to paint the church. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll cover this. We're all good mates. We're all good mates. Aren't we all good mates? Anyway, I'll go get ready. And then the Doctor's like, yeah, we're all good mates. We'll be gone tomorrow, all right? And then Vincent's like, oh.
That doesn't land very well with Vincent, does it?
He has a mournful but unseen look and then retreats into his bedroom, his sanctuary. He retreats into
Oh, for fuck's
a bedroom in Arlay.
Oh, very good.
I'm doing a flame plan. Anyway, but this is when you so rightly mentioned that the Doctor is, worried. You know that note you had like 7 notes ago?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I just think, it's interesting, and I quite like this version of the Doctor, because we've seen it when the Doctor is kind of a bit wishy-washy with pivotal years in history, and there's a little bit like, I might just do what I want. And I do like that 11
I don't think he's ever like, I'll just do what I want, apart from that one specific time he was, and we all know how that went.
Yeah, it went very badly. So I like that 11 is a bit more conscious of this. Like, it's a bit of a pivotal year for this dude. Might piss off, might leave.
Yeah.
He feels more. I tell you what, that's the word. He feels more responsible.
Of course he does. He's post TLV Time Lord Victorious. He knows what he's doing.
He's like, oh damn, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's not as big of a fuckhead as 10 was.
Yeah.
He's still a little bit of a fuckhead, all right?
Yeah.
And he does do some fuckhead stuff, okay? But like 10 was like the poster boy of fuckheads for the Time Lords, okay? Like I imagine in like let's imagine there's some Doctor Clubhouse where all the doctors go, all right? And they all hang out, they get a drink together, all right? And like the rule is when you're there, but when you're gone, you don't remember it or whatever. Yeah. So it doesn't interfere with timeline shenanigans or whatever.
Understood.
All right. But they all know about it. They go there, they have a good time. But then just on the bar, behind the bar, there's just like the picture of 10, which is like, beware of this man, And 14's like, nah, that's not me.
Yeah, I love the idea of 14 being there and he's got a little fake mustache on. And it's like,
I've never seen that guy in my life.
Oh, we don't want to run into this fella, am I right, boys? Oh, sorry, 13.
Sorry. Well, spoilers, no, I won't. But yeah. Where are we? What are we doing?
Vincent's pretty gutted.
Well, yes, the Doctor goes to check up on Vincent because it's been a while since he said he'll come help him. And that little bastard, he's got back in bed. I tell you what, as a man who, I'll admit it, suffers with depression, what a relatable scene.
I'm not feeling great. I'm going to go to bed.
Vincent refusing to deal with his problems and instead going to bed. Relatable kid.
I do like that it's like, there's no care in the world for like, he's just made a plan. He's like, I'm just going to be here for a second. And he's like, somehow I ended up in bed. And I'm crying.
And hey, it happens, What a heartbreaking scene, though.
Yeah.
Again, just fucking hell. I mean, we make light of it, but it is, first of all, a truthful depiction, but also just a really heartbreaking one. He's grown attached. You can see that he's grown attached to the Doctor and Amy in quite a short time, because he says it himself, everyone else throws stones at him. And
it's pretty hard to connect to someone throwing a stone at you, yeah?
Yeah, he's not having the best time with it. Everyone's like, you're mad, you're a fucking idiot, we hate you, and your paintings are shit as well.
Yeah.
And then, here, fucking the Doctor and Amy, gushing over his artwork and being very nice to him. And, of course, when they're like, oh, we'll be gone tomorrow, he's like, oh, I don't like that, actually. That's pretty rough.
And people, I think, it would be easy to look at this and be like, oh, it's a slightly exaggerated performance, but I think it's quite an all-encapsulating depiction. It is somewhat truthful in terms of depicting an overwhelming emotion that you just cannot control. And the episode,
I don't think it is an exaggerated performance though. Not in terms of it's believed he did suffer with bipolar as well.
No, I mean for people watching it that are kind of maybe not. Because when we first watched this, we were younger than we are now, and it's it's one of them where you could easily look at it and be like, that's a lot. It's gone from 0 to 100 very quickly. But I think watching this as an older person, it's very much a case of oh yeah, no, this is quite a truthful 0 to 100 depiction of these things, and the groundwork is laid quite well. Like you say, that kind of look when the Doctor mentions he's only going to be there for a night, and how he's been had stones thrown at him, but then 5 seconds later, he's in his house just gushing about how his interpretation of art itself to the Doctor and Amy. He's obviously a man that wears his heart clearly on his sleeve, and I guess the second he found that he might be losing the connection that he'd grown quite fond of having. That's just oh no, this is not good. Yeah, not good at all.
And so he tries to push them away instead of letting them, in his mind, abandon him like everyone else has done. He's more so trying to take control of it himself and push them away so he can reason it as, no, it was my decision, actually. I actually wanted this.
Yeah.
Which is obviously bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know,
He
it's just
starts
one of those
like
things, really.
he starts like being disgusted and like he recoils himself at the idea of like, how could I have ever let something like this in? Like, as if I would. How foolish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, Doctor leaves him alone, and he's like, well, he tells Amy we're off and stuff, and he's like, oh, this was a mistake, you know. He's delicate. Everyone knows he's delicate. In only a few months' time, he'll take his own life. And then Amy just has a beautiful moment where she just tells him not to say that, and then says please at the end of it, which is just makes it even more heartbreaking. Really,
It is. I mean,
and it's like, and it's fact.
Yeah.
But just the idea of her not wanting to address that while they're here, she doesn't want to think about that at all. And of course you wouldn't. If you'd just met this wonderful man whose artworks you absolutely adore, why would you want to think about the fact that in a few months' time he's going to kill himself?
That's the thing. It's easy to like. He's a people learn about him in schools. He's part of a fucking national curriculum.
I don't think I ever did.
No, but like what I'm saying is he's like, people hear of him, and I guess it's easy to see a name and not connect to it. But meeting someone in real life and then coming to the realization of this person will take their own life, it's pretty fucking. That's rough stuff.
Of course it is. Yeah. It's absolutely brutal.
I do like again, he's just like, I quite like that this episode allows Vincent to know things he shouldn't possibly know, and it's kind of that comment on like, this man sees everything. Like, art is powerful, and he can see things that are like, quite frankly, there's no logical reasoning he would be able to see that Amy has also lost someone. And,
you're a bit ahead.
Am I? I thought that's as they're leaving the house.
Yeah, it is, but he hasn't had his MCU suit up yet.
I think you mean his Oppenheimer suitor.
No. It is just, it's absolutely framed like a scene out of Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you see the shadow on the wall and the hat and everything, and then just the reveal of him in his iconic superhero suit. It's great. It's good stuff.
It is. We were robbed of Edgar Wright directing this and having the ultimate British team up, because can you imagine the crash zooms to like a paintbrush being like brandished?
No, I don't think we were robbed of Edgar Wright directing. Now that you've said the crash zooms, tonally, I don't think I need a series of crash zooms in this episode, you know, and quick cuts to then a man yawning at his desk or whatever, you know.
I guess, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it might be a bit tonally inconsistent with what the episode's laying down. Yeah,
exactly. That's what with Bill Nighy though. So there you go.
Yeah. So what?
I don't think you listened to what I said then.
I didn't hear it, but I didn't want to stop you.
Because you just went, yeah.
I didn't know what you said.
I said they both worked with Bill Nighy though.
I mean, I wasn't wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but I could just tell by the tone of it and the look on your face that man does not.
It might have been. I wasn't even thinking. I was just scanning. Like, what's next? What's on my next note?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to do that thing where I say something and you're like, "Hey, you're way ahead again." It's always embarrassing.
Well, you always are way ahead.
All right, where are we?
Someone hasn't done their notes. So he agrees to paint the church to help them capture the creature. Vincent is ready to go. The rotting period is over. Well done, King. And then it is what he said now. So he's walking through the fields with Amy, and he's explaining to her, you know, like, sometimes these moods torture me for weeks, for months, but I'm good now, which is a quick way of kind of just quickly like brushing over it. But that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
Depression. People need to think that it's like something that's constantly present, and that's not true. It does. It comes and goes. You know, you have dark days and good days, and you have like periods where you're like, oh, I fucking hate myself and don't want to be here. And then you have days where you're like, I am a fucking king of everything, and I love me, you know? And, like, it's an accurate depiction, basically.
Viva la vida, Nathan. One day I ruled the world.
That's Coldplay.
Yeah, Viva la vida.
I used to rule the world. What are you saying?
I don't know, because, you know, he lost it all, didn't he? So someday you have it all, and then the next day.
What the fuck are you saying?
It was a flim-flam, all right? It might not have been a... Oh, hang on, no.
What kind of flim-flam was this?
It was because in the song, Viva la vida, it's about, like, having everything and losing everything, isn't it?
Sorry, didn't realize I was expected to have the lyrics to fucking Coldplay's one of their lesser-known songs, Viva La Vida.
No, that's a well-known song.
Compared to Clocks, compared to The Scientist, compared to Yellow.
Sing Clocks.
Okay,
yeah, I do know that one, yeah, I did.
Life goes by and it can be real.
Where are you at with Coldplay as a band?
I don't know the fucking words. Chris Martin,
yeah,
he was married to Gwyneth Paltrow.
He was, and now they're not.
Not anymore. Yep.
One day he ruled the world.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so anyway.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. And I will try to fix you.
That was beautiful. I loved that.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, I hated it all over again now.
Come up to me. Shit. No, I'm done.
Yeah, I do like that sequence of them kind of. It did feel a little bit like let's brush over it, but then when you think about this more as an adult, you're like, yeah, I guess there are good days and bad days, and sometimes those moods just hit you like a fucking brick wall, or a stone, I guess would be more applicable for Vincent, but other times, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and he mentions that Amy is sad, which she denies, not understanding why, but we do. And the doctor's got a little look on his face in the background as well.
He has such a look of like, shut up,
Vincent,
Vincent.
Shush.
I took her to the Arcadia. I thought that would fucking negate any of this stuff. Lo and behold, I meet the one man in the universe that can see through this.
And he took her to that condom factory.
Yeah, the Trojan garden.
Exactly.
With all the seedy old men they're old as well now. They're all creepy.
New law.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I do like that. What does he say to her? Oh, there's a moment where he sees the sunflowers go past on the top of the coffin, and that's quite nice because he described them earlier as like a place between life and death, and I just thought about this kind of like last walk before a final resting place, and it's very like I like that the episode pays attention to see him and his like articulation of art expressed in the events that are actually happening around him, just these little moments where he sees something and goes, yep, that validates exactly what I was thinking about earlier. Also, like, it's inspiring him. It's kind of informing how he sees the world. Yeah, I like that it's something that I just think it's very interesting that he expresses something that he can't quite, like, put his finger on why he feels that way, and then he sees it, and then he's just like, yeah, I knew it. That's exactly what a sunflower is. And it's... I don't know. It's one of the moments where like they didn't need to put that extra detail in, but they did, and it just makes him way more of a rounded character that you believe is this incredible artist.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Anyway, the Doctor's met other artists, hasn't he, Nathan?
No, because Lawrence,
you know what? You just do it. You take this.
Vincent calls himself mad, and the Doctor starts to explain depression. Basically, he starts to explain, in my experience, depression. Which, first of all, I don't think would be a word that would even exist yet. In like, oh, maybe. Well, no, it would, but like depression would not. They wouldn't know what depression.
It wouldn't be that term. Yeah, it wouldn't be like
They wouldn't be like, I suffer with depression. They're like, because they wouldn't know what the fuck any mental health is at this point. They'd be just like, oh, I'm insane.
Throw a stone at him.
He's insane. Kill him. Burn him.
And his aren't shit.
Yeah.
Also, hang on. Just before we move on from that, really quickly while we're on it.
Great. This is great. This is not fucking up my note at all.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll just be quick. All right. It's not shit. Is it like just the idea of it's like impressionist and they're not used to it because they think it looks all weird?
Well, I don't know. He wasn't successful in his time, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I just can't fathom a human being looking at it and being like, this sucks. Like, it doesn't. It looks really good. And I'm not saying that because it's Vincent van Gogh's work. I'm saying that you could show me like a street artist that came up to me with this, and I'd be like, yeah, this looks really pretty. This is nice.
I mean, yeah, but opinions and tastes change and stuff,
Yeah.
And also, like, you may think that, but then someone who just fucking works in a, I don't know, a shoe shinery. I don't know what that is.
Or a condom factory.
No. Someone who just works as like a, in the cafe or whatever, just cleaning tables, who not really interested in art. Are they going to be like, oh, that's beautiful? Or are they just going to be like, oh, that's a shit painting of yourself, isn't it?
I guess.
You compare that to Da Vinci's Mona Lisa.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Like, because Vincent was an impressionist and he has an artistic style and an artistic license, if you're just comparing like an accurate, real reflection of a self-portrait to this, then you can see why people would be like, he's fucking terrible, mate. Look at him. He can't even keep the line straight.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I suppose when you can compare it to stuff like that, like works that actually look true to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that does make more sense. All right, fine. I'm satisfied. Now you can continue with your notes.
Thank you. Great. Anyway, I was halfway through it now, saying that the doctor was explaining depression, and then Vincent just basically tells him to shut the fuck up. So that was it. That was worth all that. That was good.
I can't tell if you dulled the note down once I'd ruined
it. It's literally what it says. It's literally what it says. So I'm glad I was able to get through that with no interruptions. But as you were saying, the doctor's ADHD is on show once again because he's having a terrible time.
He has to sit still for 5 minutes.
One thing we know about him is he cannot fucking stand just doing nothing. He is like, I am itching for something to happen here, boys.
Yeah, and he's going off on a kind of a tangent about like his opinion. I do like that he's seen Vincent have a real tough go of it. Like he literally was firsthand just a witness to how Vincent is like struggling mentally, and then he's like, "Come on, like hurry up!" Just seemingly like puts all that in the back of his mind and is like selfishly like, draw this fucking thing. But what does he say? He tells Mike apparently he's already had a conversation with Michelangelo, and if he's scared of heights, then he shouldn't have taken the job.
That's very fair. I like that.
But I do think it's a second flim flam in comparison that he just demanded that Picasso needed to focus. It's only one eye on either side of the face.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I love these little inclusions, like these little. Because you can see 11 doing it as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I don't think it would have been 11, but because I'm pretty sure one of the other doctors has mentioned Picasso at some point.
They could have. They might have just gone to that little restaurant you spoke
club.
about. Yeah, the club.
The Doctor Clubhouse. Yeah.
We know it wasn't 10 then, because 10 can't share the stories.
Obviously, it wasn't 10. Yeah.
But yeah, it's very funny just to watch him be like frustrated at the general passage of time. I think like is it in this episode? I can't remember if I'm referencing something older where he says like, is this how normal time moves or something?
Yeah, it's this one I think.
Yeah. What else is going on?
So they see the creature. Vincent's like, oh, it's there. It's in the window. The doctor goes off to find it, telling Vincent and Amy not to follow him under any circumstances. Amy says, I won't. Vincent asks, will you follow him? Amy says, of course. And then Vincent tells her he loves her. Good stuff.
I get it, Vincent.
I also get it.
She's very cheeky and it's very fun.
There you go. She's Noah Leia. Okay.
Oh, sorry, it took me a second. Yeah. It's the sexy lizard.
I thought you froze. I thought he was having a stroke.
No, I was like, wait, what companion's this? Is this a classic companion? No. Well, I don't know. I'd like to see him have a go at each other. Not like that. No.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Have a little cheeky off. So you can like pull out the better one-liner. I
don't know if I'd describe it like that.
I didn't mean it like that.
You want to see them have a go at each
other? Oh, no, you're
making
making me sound like I work at the Trojan Garden, Nathan.
You do. That's you're the manager. You're the manager of the Trojan Garden. You're the one hiring all these creeps.
I'm building an army.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Of seedy little men like you.
All I'm saying is I can admire two attractive women, Nathan.
Yeah, and you want to see them go
at it. No,
I
didn't say go at it, all right?
That's basically what you said, all right?
I may have even actually said that, yeah.
Weird pervert man over there.
Oh, listen, it's a hard job running the factory. I keep it in check.
It's a hard job. Anyway, no more flim-flams.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so the doctor goes to fight the creature. They fight the creature. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
They work out it's blind. Vincent kills it with an easel.
I love how quickly you can breeze over stuff, but I have to wait in case there's a millisecond you want to discuss.
I don't think there's much to discuss here in this whole scene. It's mostly just
it's the weakest part of the episode, I think.
It is, yeah. It's just vague monsterness, and the only real meat of it is at the end. There is a moment though where the Doctor says, just offhandedly, he says Amy Rory, just without even thinking about it.
Yeah. And then you see Amy kind of double take, and he's like,
yeah, yeah. So that's a good moment.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. But yeah, Vincent, they work out the creature's blind, and then Vincent kind of accidentally, kind of on purpose, kills the creature. Like he says, he just meant to wound it. He didn't mean to properly kill it. I will say the moment where he like is pushed up into the air with the easel, that's all done practically.
I could tell it looked better. Like it looks good.
That's all in camera effects, and it was well done. It was good stuff. Really.
Yeah, considering like I do think that it is. Like when you see the creature, it looks bad, obviously, but like I do think they sell the invisible creature quite well. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like obviously we spoke about earlier with the camera stuff, but like even when it's just like 3 actors on screen, all just kind of brandishing a chair leg or some shit, like they sell it. That could so easily look ridiculous, and they manage. And
that's what they're doing most of the time. It's just that all the other time they actually put in a creature for us to see.
Yeah,
rather than
basically, This would be like not the pre-res. They would send us the finished one.
Yeah, this is the dailies that we've got sent here.
Yeah. And it's I like the concept of like in any other Doctor Who story, they just have to kind of green light this. They look at this and go, make it work.
Out. Yeah. It's on air literally in 5 minutes. You gotta go. All right.
That sounds about right for the visual effects post-production process.
Oh, brutal. Lawrence is taking names here.
No, I'm coming
Lawrence
for the studios.
Is firing shots.
I can't be stopped.
Anyway, they're all quite remorseful at the creature's death.
Yeah.
Now knowing it was basically just a scared creature because it was blind and alone. Really, it was just trying to. I don't know, trying to get back to his friends, trying to do something.
I do like that in amongst this. Obviously, we spoke earlier about the creature. We happen to think it might mean something in the episode. It might actually represent something.
It's a metaphor for depression, Lawrence. It's an invisible monster only one person could see.
But I like that Vincent almost doesn't see it that way. The man that has beautifully articulated art and the expression itself, like he has more of a take of it's the villagers, it's the people. It's just lashing out at something it doesn't understand and is afraid of. And I think that it's quite... Obviously, there's a reason why he can't see it for what it really is representing. That's kind of not what the episode is really saying about the creature, but it's also a valid take from his perspective, which I quite enjoy.
I think it's a good take from his perspective. You know, the creature's dying words, which the Doctor translates for as "I'm afraid, I'm afraid." And you know, Vincent hears that and he's stricken with grief all over again, just hearing that this creature that he killed was frightened and lashing out, and he likens it to the villagers, you know, who often don't understand him and his supposed madness, and the children who throw stones at him, he says. And it's just beautiful. Tony Curran is so good in this fucking in the show, man. He's so good as Vincent.
He sells it. That's the thing.
Really does.
This could so easily be a cartoonish performance of like you get the email come through. You're playing Vincent Van Gogh. Where do you even start with that?
Yeah,
and
it so easily could have been some preppy little fuckboy who'd have been like, "Oh, this is my big chance to really show off how well I can act," and it would have been this really just over the top mawkish, you know, this whole woe is me, I'm so sad, I'm depressed sort of thing. Like, oh, I'm Vincent and I'm a sad boy, you know, like but Tony doesn't play that at all.
No.
He plays the truth of it. He gives us an accurate depiction of this illness, and it's beautiful.
There's complexity to it. It's not
100%.
It so easily could have been watered down and diluted to the tortured artist. Oh no, I see art like this because I'm so clever and remorseful, and I'm sad.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, one of my favorite kind of bits of this performance or pieces of it is the fact that it's actually there are obviously moments of sadness and moments of tortured artist nature in it. But it's mostly this really beautiful and hopeful expression of how he sees the world and how short-sighted other people are for not seeing it in the same way he sees it. He's the mad one, you know, quote unquote, but more his thoughts are so much more intricate and complex and lovely to hear than, I don't know, a fucking guy that owns a restaurant or a little cafe and is like, I don't like art, art sucks, get out my fucking cafe. Like, I like that about it. It's so much more nuanced than just, I'm sad.
It 100% is. And there's a beautiful moment where after this, the Doctor, Amy, and Vincent, they're all like laying down in a field, holding hands together.
Don't, I cried.
And they look up in the field and see a starry night. And I love this scene so much, man. It's so fucking beautiful. Just Vincent describing the way he sees the world and talking them through the visualization of how he interprets the stars in the sky above him. And, you know, the black isn't actually black. It's more of a deep, rich blue. And then there's the stars swirling and their light shining. And all while, you know, the night sky transforms into the famous painting itself. It's so fucking beautiful, this scene. And then the way the Doctor says, like, you know, I've seen so many wonderful and amazing things, but nothing like you've seen. And it's beautiful, man.
It's, firstly, again, just another idea that on paper sounds like it so easily could have been cheesy and silly, but it's so beautifully expressed and handled. And I love that it kind of almost goes against what a previous scene was doing, where the Doctor is like, how long is this going to take? God, is this how long things take? God, the passage of time is so fucking boring and all of this. And whilst he's watching a fucking, like, master of his craft paint, like, a masterpiece. And then in this instance, he's laying down, like you say, holding hands and just staring up and slowly appreciating the slow passage of time. Like, it sounds like an impossible task to get 11 to sit still. And somehow Vincent van Gogh manages it. And I think that's really, really beautiful.
What a weird way to look at that scene.
No, but it is. No, but like, that's what I'm saying. It's such a interesting perspective that it makes the Doctor stop and think in a way that just like, it's the sky. Do you know what I mean? He's seen a million skies. He's seen a million more interesting skies. But I love the fact that this is the one that he stopped to look at. And it's because he's seeing it in a whole new lens. And I think it's really nice.
The scene ends with Vincent saying, I will miss you terribly, to the Doctor and Amy, which breaks my little heart.
Yep.
Anyway, they're all saying goodbye. Amy urges him to be kind to himself. She says it twice, actually. She says, like, go easy on yourself. And then she says, be kind to yourself to him. Just, once again, bless her. Just trying.
Really trying to not
She's really
let
trying.
that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, bless her.
And he's like, I want to have 1 million kids with you.
It's true, he does. Yeah. And he says to the Doctor, you know, we fought monsters together and won. On my own, I fear I may not fare so well. Oh, that killed me.
Best line of the episode.
Fucking killed
Just
me.
fucking, oh Lord. Yeah.
Oh God, that is, and he's fucking right as well, because he doesn't, but fuck me. Brutal.
I feel like if I heard that line, if someone actually told me that line, I'd be like, I guess I live here now. What can you do? You can't leave after hearing that line.
Lawrence, we have fought monsters together.
No!
Better pack your bags, bitch.
Looks like this pod. No, I can't leave here. I can't leave this this podcast.
No. You got to move in with me.
Okay.
It's time for.
And my wife, what does she think about this?
Yeah, she can come too.
Okay, fine. And my dog.
I got a room.
You've inherited a new dog.
Cool.
Not my wife, for clarity.
Okay.
I realised I didn't bring up the dog before I said it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess thank you for clarifying. Yeah. And for your own sake, really.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big
anything.
time. She's going to hear me editing this tomorrow morning and be like, what was that? Nothing.
Good stuff. Yes.
The TARDIS
The Doctor has... Shut up. The Doctor has something to show Vincent, because once again, you're behind your head. I mean...
no, I'm not.
The Doctor has something to show Vincent. So they go to the TARDIS.
Okay, fine.
which is being painted over with some little adverts or whatever.
I like that. It's quite nice. It's been
Fun. Yeah. Anyway, Vincent gets to explore the TARDIS. What a bit of fun. I love this. And you know what? I love the way this scene is shot because it's not like your traditional, oh, it's bigger on the inside sort of thing. It's slower. It's allowed to take its time a little bit more. I just love like the cut to Vincent just outside of it, just slowly looking around the corner.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big moment where someone like runs in, has shocked face on their face, runs back out, runs around the TARDIS, and then runs back in to say it's bigger on the inside or whatever. You know, it's slower and more methodical, and like it's cut together just really well. I don't know. I can't explain it.
It's edited in a silly way. Like it's designed to make you laugh, and
it's edited with flim flams in mind.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they knew somehow. No, I like it because it shows him he's like inspecting every inch of it. You know, like this is how this is a brand new thing for him, and obviously with the creative mind that he has, he's gonna want to fucking check out every single crevice and everything else. But yeah, it's great to see him go through the motions of like, and how's the door work? How does that go?
He gets a little tour of the console room. They're like, this one plays soothing music. This one is ketchup. This one is mustard.
Yep, great, lovely.
This one is makes a lot of noise or whatever.
What's your go-to condiment? If you had an on-hand button for a condiment,
mustard. Love a mustard.
do you? Okay,
Love a mustard. Yeah.
I'm a sweet chili sauce man. I guess.
The spicier the better. Really, with a mustard.
I believe they call that a Dijon. Is that true?
I mean, they can do. English is quite spicy.
I see. I'm not a mustard man myself. I'm not a fan of it.
Missing out.
No, I don't think I am.
Great stuff. No, you are. It's good. Good stuff.
I like a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, not a fan.
I like it in
boring. I think.
Yeah. See, I think it's just the right level of like spices up my life a little bit.
It's too much like jam for me.
Oh, don't say that because you might be right, and now I might not.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just
Oh no.
It's just like sometimes it just doesn't feel right for me. You know.
Yeah, it does have to be paired with the right stuff. It can't be just thrown on anything willy nilly.
See, mustard can be. Put mustard on anything and it works.
A burger with mustard.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's one of the most common things you put it
to be
on.
honest, it's quite a classic. Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
All right, I tell you what. No one's ever done this. What about a hot dog with mustard?
Fuck you.
That's what you call a flim flam. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, he shows him around the TARDIS. Right, this. How do you want to go into this?
The scene, Lawrence.
Yes, it's the scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the scene. It's when you watch Vincent and the Doctor. This is what you're watching it for.
Yeah.
Okay. They go to Paris, 2010.
Oh.
It's actually the Cardiff Museum, but hey, shout out to the Cardiff Museum making another appearance once again. It's a beautiful place. My God, I don't know how to talk about this scene without crying. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll let you do it.
Okay. God, thanks for that. Well, unfortunately, I can talk about this as stoic and coldly as I need to.
No. What I will say, first of all, good song choice.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know what it is, but it works really well for this moment. Don't know what it is or who sings it.
It does feel very 2010.
It does feel very 2010.
Yeah.
It almost feels a little Radiohead sort of thing, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it's got that kind of, seep into the credits kind of vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good though, whatever it is. Should probably look it up.
I'm going to find out now because it is a banger song.
Hello, I forgot to actually say this, but I did look it up right there, right then. The song is called Chances by a band called Athlete. I have never heard of this band, but cool stuff nonetheless.
Good stuff. Everything about this scene is just so fucking beautiful, mate. Just from the way when they're walking up to the gallery, Vincent is kind of a little... No, well, I was going to say unimpressed by 2010. He's not. He's not unimpressed by the fact that he's time traveled. He's just handling it very well, you know?
Yeah.
He's not, like, freaking out or like, what is going on, you know?
Yeah.
He's just handling it quite... Like, he sees someone walking by with a portable television, which is cute because, funny.
Yeah.
Because we all have portable televisions.
Of course we do. Yeah, we're always holding
with our
them. Big
stick-up aerial and all that sort of stuff, which is very funny.
Yeah.
but no, he's just handling it very well. He's not too bothered by it all. He's just taking a moment to look at the art around him as they make their way through to the gallery. The Doctor even has to, like, grab him and pull him towards the gallery they want to go to and stuff. And then the slow look of realization on his face as they step into the gallery itself, and just the way his
he's going, he's crying.
I told you. The way he, like, just slowly, like, his face just turns to completely stunned with the realization of what he's seeing. You talk for some more now.
Okay. No, it is that look. It is that kind of realization drop on his moment that does get me as well. Like, it's this, I don't know, man. It's just because the entire episode he's been told he's shit, right? He's been told he's been told his art's not worth his art isn't worth a fucking bottle of wine, right? In regards of, like, what his peers and that think. But I don't know, just this. It's the fact that he's basically been hit by a brick wall with the realization that his work has touched the lives of so many people, and much more personally, it's this kind of reconciliation of his own self-worth. Oh, it matters. I matter. There's this fucking long future where I am remembered and revered for what I did in my life, and it mattered and it held meaning. And it's just this, he sells it so well with his eyes, man.
He really does. A man who is so tortured by his own demons and monsters. A man who thinks so little of himself in a way that it completely dominates his own self-reflection, basically. He gets a glimpse of sadly what's not in his own time, but what will become years down the line. He gets a glimpse of his he gets a glimpse of his lasting legacy. I'm a huge sucker for moments like this. Without fucking fail, Hamilton, the final song of Hamilton, kills me every fucking time. The whole, like, Eliza, we tell you, fuck you, man, fuck you. All right, every fucking time. And then the moment where, like, Hamilton, like, fucking, like, gives her the glimpse and shows her the audience and shit. Kills me. Fucking stone dead. Absolutely kills me.
Yeah.
And this, it's the same thing. It's that person getting a glimpse of their legacy and what will become. And the way it's shot, the spinning platform, the way the room is fucking literally spinning around him while Bill Nye is doing that fucking amazing speech as well. Just the way, like, and it starts off with him saying, "I believe Van Gogh is the finest painter of who ever lived." Basically, that's how it starts, man. That's how it fucking starts. And the way Van Gogh hears that and is like, "What?" Yeah, like he just cannot fathom it. He can't take it. Oh man, what just a truly beautiful scene.
It is. The Bill Nye speech is a standout, mainly because it articulates what this entire episode has kind of been getting at, right? Really, where, like, on the surface, what is art? It can't do anything. It can't fucking change your life. But to a more appreciative individual, it can change the way you perceive life itself. It can change the way you look at the world around you. And it's this. And bearing in mind that Richard Curtis literally put himself in a box, because the Doctor tells Bill Nye's character in 100 words or less. So Richard Curtis basically put himself on a restrictive word limit, and was like, let's just write the most beautiful thing I can in a paragraph, and comes up with this fucking incredible take that, like, so many artists portray the pain in art, but Van Gogh, arguably one of the most tortured artists to ever, be as prolific as artists get, is funneling his passion in a way that is expressively beautiful and challenging the misery of life, and instead presenting something that is, from a tortured soul's perspective, a beautiful depiction of what beauty can mean.
It's so antithetical to his own monsters and demons and illness. It's so much the opposite of what he himself is going through. And because of that, it's beautiful. Yeah. And it is beautiful. And I think any fucking Doctor Who nerd who watched this in 2010 suddenly had, like, a very strong connection to Van Gogh after this. They were like, Oh, I like Van Gogh for the art now. And who didn't have Starry Night as their phone wallpaper?
Oh, it had to be done. Yeah.
Of course. Who has not had a Starry Night phone case at some point in their life? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, man. All right.
Yeah. It's this. I don't know, man. Even if you don't like the episode, because there are complaints and criticisms about the monster aspect of it, and like,
and they're wrong.
But it does. The beautiful thing about this is like, oh, you could come away from this being like, it's slightly anticlimactic, and then this last scene just hits you like a fucking brick to the head. Like it's just, it goes, oh, you didn't like the episode? Fuck you. Here's the most amazing thing you'll ever see from this show. Like. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And the way Vincent just completely breaks down, crying to the point where the doctor has to be like, oh shit, are you all right? Did I fuck up? And he's like, no, mate, these are tears of joy. This is amazing. Thank you. And I love that he gives Bill Nye the hug and the kiss and apologizes for the beard. But I really love that moment of Bill Nye going, was that? No. But
oh, yeah. Bill Nye, he sells that look so well. That is the perfect selling of a look, right? Where it's just like, huh? Nah.
Like he called him. You can hear every single thought going on in his head. You can hear him going. He called him Vincent.
Yeah,
and he does look a lot like the fucking self-portrait. But. And
he's in old-timey clothes. Like, he probably smells a bit like piss.
And he was crying when I said all that nice stuff about Van Gogh. And he thanked me.
Yeah.
But, no.
And that man earlier was really specific about what time he wanted to go to. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, do you know what it is? I thought about it, and I'm kind of, like, thinking it might, like... right. That look that Bill Nye gives is, you know, the meme of that comedian woman that goes, huh? Oh, maybe. Like,
oh, she's a TikToker.
Is she a TikToker? I thought she was a comedian.
Yeah, well, I mean, she might be.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I guess that could be quite dismissive of me. But she's only a TikToker. but yeah, she's a TikTok.
But it's that look, right? It's that look of, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very hard to convey that in a podcast, so forgive me, but you know everyone knows the
Kombucha look. Girl, Brittany Broski, I think her name is.
There you go. Yeah. Impossible. And then, if that wasn't hard enough to sit through, they take him home.
They take him home. They say goodbye again. And it's a nice goodbye. You know, Vincent is like, that was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And Amy's like, yeah, beautiful. Let's go back to the art gallery. You know, Amy's very excited to see tons of new paintings. She thinks we cracked it, we did it, we made a difference. He's not going to top himself. There's going to be hundreds of new paintings here, and the doctor's just like, I don't know if there will. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get there. And yeah, we quickly learn that there was no change. There was he killed himself.
Yeah. He's like good weekend isn't enough a lot of the time. And that's just, yeah, man, it's a harsh thing, but I also think the episode is quite brave in its depiction of that. It doesn't like glamorize this in a way that's like, well, you know, if you have a good time and you love life a bit more, then it will be fine. It's more a case of like, no, it's way more complex than that. Like a good set of days doesn't outweigh
sugarcoat it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
In no way sugarcoats depression. It's not saying like, and that was it. Vincent's depression was magically cured after that. He got the validation that he needed, and that solved all of his problems.
Yeah.
Because it didn't. And that wasn't his problems as well. That was a nice thing to do, like a very nice and very beautiful thing, but that wasn't what was wrong with him. Okay?
I think it's accurately depicting the lesson of like, you can't fix it, you live with it.
No, and it's true. If only Rory was here.
Yeah, if only
he could fix.
It's all in your head, Vincent. All right. And that's fine.
Oh, he's cured.
Yeah, I think this is quite a... Karen Gillan sells this incredibly well.
She does.
Yeah,
She
I
does.
think Karen Gillan, it's quite a pivotal moment for Amy because, like you say, you've picked up on those moments throughout the episode where she's pleading with him, essentially. Be kind to yourself. Don't do that, please. Those moments. She's been tempting fate. There's been the funny moments where she's like, "Hey, why don't you paint these sunflowers?" Trying to kind of make a change in history, but on a much more personal level, she realizes that like sometimes it's just not enough. Sometimes intervention can't change the inevitable, which may sound harsh, but in this case, we knew
It's true.
the outcome. Yeah,
it really is true. And there's a fucking beautiful line from the Doctor, and he says, "I've got it here. The way I see it, every life is a pile of good things and bad things." Excuse me. The good things don't often soften the bad things, but vice versa. The bad things don't always spoil the good things. The bad things don't always spoil the good things and make them unimportant. And we definitely added to his pile of good things. And it's just so beautiful because that is basically the best way I have ever heard depression be described. And when I watched this episode for the first time, hearing that, I was like, it was like a Danny DeVito moment. It was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
It was so fucking eye-opening and amazing, and just so much stuff made sense to me after watching this episode. And it's absolutely right, depression is not something where it's like everything in my life is bad and I hate everything because of depression. And it's not also like, it's not the opposite of that. It like I said earlier, it comes and goes, you can have some truly fucking incredible moments and memories and brilliant days out with friends and families, and at the end of it you can still feel like shit.
Yeah.
And you can still have these horrible thoughts and feelings, but that doesn't change the fucking amazing day you had.
Yeah.
You still had that amazing day. You still made great memories, but it's just the nature of the illness, because that's what it is. It's an illness that you will still have these thoughts and you will still have these feelings of hopelessness. And it was just so beautifully and perfectly summed up there. And yeah, it's just a beautiful episode all around, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with that line specifically, because it is an interesting kind of way to look at it, and one that I'd imagine like in 2010 was quite eye-opening for the target demographic, which was mostly like kind of like early teenagers, right? Like this is something that I'd imagine quite a lot of people needed to hear. And I like that although it's an ending that doesn't shy away from the harsh reality of what people go through, it's also giving you that glimmer of hope, and the underlying messages don't write people off, don't like contribute to their good days, help people, be kind to people and be kind to one another, and also don't write yourself off. You're capable of having good times, and don't it's I don't know, it doesn't, I don't want to speak out of pocket, but like it doesn't have to be debilitating. Like is that fair to say? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it can be debilitating.
Yeah,
it absolutely can be, and there are days where you just cannot face getting out of bed for anything. So it absolutely can be, but I guess the best way to put it is like, but not every day will be like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But we're not done there.
What a flim-flam.
What a flim-flam. We're not done there because Amy then sees a painting in the corner.
Don't, man. This got me so...
The music swells and she walks towards sunflowers.
Yep, very nice, very good.
One final time. But now there's a little change to them, and they've been inscribed for Amy, which is beautiful. And the doctor points out that they did make a difference after all, which is quite beautiful.
He lingered on the mind. He kept that I guess that's what that's saying. He kept the experience with him. Like he didn't just forget it the next time he got upset. Like it was something that was meaningful.
It's true. I love the little. If we had kids, they would have had some very bright hair. The ultimate ginge. They would have called them. And then and like it's a joke, like they're joking, but the episode ends just on this beautiful line from Amy, just brighter than sunflowers. Like they're joking about their potential kid's hair.
Yeah.
But it's just still such a beautiful line in that joke, you know?
Especially because sunflowers has literally been described as this place between life and death. And like, 100%. I don't know, I guess brighter than sunflowers is this way of... it almost to me reads as though like passing on in a beautiful manner, you know, like taking that horrific nature out of taking your own life, but like almost transcending this plane. And he's up there in his beautiful starry night is the way I kind of saw that ending. I do like that there's another kind of painting thing as well. The evil face has gone. And I quite liked the kind of symbolism in that the painting as a whole stayed the same, but there was the monster's gone. And maybe not gone for good, but there's a demon that was removed by intervention of a good day. And I quite like that a lot. Oh,
it's good stuff.
It's
good stuff.
What an episode. Yeah.
What an episode indeed. Anyway, let's do some weird flim-flam shit.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite section of the show where we get to take a chance to talk through some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week. Lawrence, who is your weirdo that you're choosing to celebrate this week?
It's Bill Nighy, not the man, the character he plays. I realised we never...
Bill Nighy, the art gallery man.
Indeed, the art gallery man, not the curator. That's... never mind. Look, he's not that weird. To me, he sums up this kind of lovely thing, which is a side character in Doctor Who that has a fun trait or quirk to them. And I quite like, and this may sound ironic to come from a podcast where we've spoken for 2 hours about a 45-minute episode of TV, but I like that he's always got this thing within him where he just won't stop. The Doctor has to ask him for like the Sparks Notes version of things. Like he's got multiple
that is
monologues.
Very bold coming from us, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Who did a 4-hour episode on the Waters of Mars, followed by a 3-hour episode on part 1 of a story. You know,
it's a rich text, Nathan. Right, we had to dive in. No, but I just quite like.
We didn't even mean for that episode to be 3 hours. It just happened. Mate.
We were in that mode. It took us a while to shake it off. Well, I think we've got these down to a tight 2 hours now, mostly. I just found that I found him a fun little guy.
Okay, a fun little guy.
Yeah,
a silly goose.
Indeed. Who's your weirdo?
My weirdo is the same as my weirdo for last week. It's the Doctor himself, Lawrence.
A trend.
Purely because this is a man who has run away from many things in his life. Quite often we see the Doctor running away from threats in various episodes. And you'd think if the Doctor was running away from a creature that he couldn't see, but he had a device that allowed him to see it, he wouldn't constantly look away from that device and look over his shoulder at nothing chasing him. But you'd be wrong thinking that, as this episode shows us. Because yes, when he has the little face detector machine and he's running away from the Crephaeus, so many times does he just stop dead in his tracks to turn around and look behind him. And I'm like, why? What are you doing?
He's working harder for less of a result. Like, it doesn't make sense. Is this the first limitation we found? Maybe Matt Smith is too physical for this part now.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's gone over. He's overcorrected.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't notice
just
that.
Something
That's
that
fun.
struck me as weird. Yeah, it's fun stuff. But yeah, there we go.
2 weirdos.
Anyway, what's next?
Still got thoughts, Nathan. It's the time of the show where the audience get to have their say. What happens is Nathan will tweet out a post, let everyone know what episode we're recording and when, and then our lovely, lovely loyal listeners send in their thoughts, and we can read a handful of them out now. So, starting with the tweets, the first one comes in from Pierce Moore himself, the man, the myth, the Discord mod.
Ooh.
He says, weird take. I feel like the episode might have been better without the alien. Question mark.
Wrong.
There we go. Well, that's kind of what I said a little bit, but it doesn't... I like what it's going for. It's just the weaker part of the episode for me.
Wrong.
It kind of feels like the writer tried to make an episode of Doctor Who with no aliens, and his boss was like, this is great, but it's Doctor Who, you've got to add an alien. And then he's followed it up with Bill Nye seemed good, etc., etc.
It's true. Bill Nye is good.
Yeah, we can...
Et cetera, et
and
cetera.
you know what? We have to say this. Pierce is objectively correct because of all the stuff he does for us. So that's just something we have to live with.
I don't have to say that.
I guess I've put myself in a box. I don't like that.
There you go.
The next one comes in from Jared Coastal.
Jared Coastal.
And this might be a hot take. I actually want to jump into this a tiny bit. He says, the only decent historic episode of Doctor Who.
Ooh.
Let's talk up until this point. Is he true?
I was going to say, okay, because that is factually incorrect.
Well,
but...
he has said of Doctor Who, but let's not go past this point.
Well, of Doctor Who, incorrect.
Okay, yeah.
I guess we're only talking New Who here.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, yeah. I might be left out of the conversation if not. So,
well, I mean, yeah, maybe. Because they all do kind of suck, don't they?
what are the big hitters?
Shakespeare sucks.
That sucks, yeah.
Charles Dickens.
That big sucks. That's probably my least favourite episode that we've ever spoken about.
Agatha Christie.
That doesn't suck. That's a banger.
Kind of sucks.
I think...
And it was written by...
I think someone that wrote it sucks, but I like the episode and the concept.
It's a big wasp.
Big B, innit?
Big B, innit? What else has there been? Does Daleks in Manhattan count as a historic?
You'd have to, yeah.
That's a banger, I think.
That's a banger two-parter, yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
And they don't... But this is the thing, it doesn't have to be better. He's just said the only good one is this one. So that's... We would say that's wrong.
Well, there we go.
There we go. Good.
Case closed.
And the last tweet comes in from the return of the Dastardly Wizard.
Ooh.
I have seen people say, watch this episode to get into Doctor Who, and frankly, that's an absolutely insane thing to say. Undeniably...
Yeah, that's true. That is insane.
It is fucking insane. Yeah.
Yeah. As a first... It's a good episode, but not as a first.
It's not a
episode. What are you
starter,
doing?
yeah, because you'd be, like, so confused by the tone of this show.
Yeah.
Undeniably a very good episode, but man, the episode that ends with a somber reflection on suicide maybe isn't the best intro to the goofy sci-fi show.
That's true. That's good stuff.
It's very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
What would be the go-to episode?
11th Hour.
Oh, yeah, we said this, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11th Hour.
Yeah.
Of course it is. You watch 11th Hour, you make your way up to this, and then you go back and watch the rest.
Yeah, that's. I think that might be objectively correct. Anyway, what emails did we get?
Lawrence, we got a number of emails.
Hell yeah.
Okay. This first one comes from Sam Nixon.
Hello, Sam.
Subject line, this episode made my dad cry. Am I your dad? Hello, boys. Hope you're well. I had to email in on this episode, not only as it is my favourite episode of all of New Who, but it is probably the only episode my dad has a connection with. My dad's favourite artist of all time is Vincent van Gogh. We used to have tons of books on his art at home, a print of his bedroom painting, I believe that is Bedroom in Our Lane.
Yeah, might just be.
On the wall, and even went to the Vincent van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam for my dad's birthday one year. As such, while he's nowhere near as into the show as me, we share a special love for this episode due to the artist depiction by Tony Curran and his heartbreaking artistic magnificence being put to screen. The gallery scene made us both a little tender when it aired, and like many fans, still does to this day. I'm also a big Richard Curtis fan, from 4 Weddings and a Funeral all the way through to Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Yep, he's credited with the story, so extra points there.
No way. I had no idea. That's incredible.
He is, yes. I saw that on IMDb earlier as well. So
Apart from him involving Cher, that's a banger.
Shut the fuck up. Excited to hear your thoughts. P.S. Nathan, as much as Lawrence can't match up to your intros, maybe positive reinforcement is the way to go. He's trying. I will never give Lawrence any positive.
That was a slap, and then you gently helped me back up. Like that was not a fun sentence to hear.
Tough love only from me. That's the only way he'll learn. Okay.
Fine. Yep. Good.
Can't wait for the finale. Keep on legging, Sam.
I love this.
Thank you,
Keep on
Sam.
legging. I love this.
I love it too. It's good stuff. I always enjoy. Always enjoy an email from Sam. So thank you very much. This next one is from John Scribb, who says, Ducky Who and a fun pod. Hey guys, my name is John. I hail from America. When I was a kid, I saw some Doctor Who because my stepsister loved young, sexy British men. Brackets, I liked it enough, but I was a dumb kid, so it was a bit confusing. Recently, I just started doing my own watch through of all the Tennant era and beyond. And my great uncle passed away recently, and he'd watched every single episode of both eras and read all the comics. And I wanted to feel closer to him and also enjoy the 60th specials.
Oh, incredible.
As a longtime fan of Douglas Adams, I've fallen deeply in love with this ridiculous sci-fi universe and the wonderful dialogue. I was desperate to hear more cool people rant and rave about it, and just my luck, Lawrence has been cheekily dropping references to this in the Mr. Sunday vids.
It's
Long-time
working!
Wackadoo. It is. It's marketing. Thank you, Lawrence. I'm really enjoying your hostile but loving banter, and I can't wait to hear you talk about the current era and the Husbands of River Song, maybe my favorite episode right now. Keep being cool, dudes. We will.
Thanks. We'll continue to try to keep being. I think that might be very, very, like, bang on the money. Hostile but loving.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe us. Yeah. This last email here is from William Jackson, and the subject line is Caravan of Garbage. Hello, boys. Big fan of the show. Like many who write in, I went from binging every episode to now being forced to wait a week for every new episode.
Go back and binge it again, please.
Yes, give us more ad money. Another show I enjoy watching weekly, flawless segue for Nathan, is the popular web series Caravan of Garbage. I wanted to write in to acknowledge Lawrence's timeless work of inserting a Doctor Who clip into each weekly installment. It hasn't gone unnoticed, and I enjoy them greatly. It also makes me laugh that they usually appear early in each episode, which makes me think Lawrence has to get it in and out of the way before moving on. Good bit of fun. Keep up the great work, both on the pods and the editing in jokes.
My workflow has been exposed. That is quite accurate. I go to myself, what can I go? What Doctor Who reference can I go to? And hopefully I can get it in within the first 10 minutes of the video.
I do always love seeing a Doctor Who reference pop up in Caravan of Garbage.
Yeah.
Because I know Ben's not putting them in there.
No, but I think that's where the strength of the editing comes through. Because me and Ben have wildly different interests in pop culture. So like,
Yeah.
we
Whenever a clip from an anime comes up, I know this is
it's
Ben,
definitely
all right?
not me. Yeah.
You're not watching anime because you're racist.
Oh, for God's
all right?
sake. God's sake.
And you don't like animation.
Oh,
so
it's just not true, is it?
So
I don't like
yeah.
it. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like you. Was that 3? That was a breeze.
That better be a flim flam. That was 3.
Wowee.
Yeah.
And with that, it is time to tell everyone that we should... No.
You good?
I was going to do another flawless segue, and it was not so flawless. Anyway, thank you very, very much for listening, everyone. If you've enjoyed the show, then please feel free to leave us a 5-star review. It would be so appreciated. You can do that directly through your podcast platform of choice. Apple is always good. They allow you to write a little message, you can let us know what you think of the show.
This is too long, this outro, by the way.
What do you want me to do about it?
I want you to not talk for 10 minutes about the fact that they can leave a review.
All right, fine.
Just say leave a review.
Fine, leave a review. Podcast platform of choice. Good stuff. Follow us on Twitter, Still Got Legs Pod. Go over there, check out what's going on. Also,
That's it. That's all you need to
no,
do.
Nathan, it's not, because people don't know about the email.
Well, they do. They can email us at stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com, or they can tweet their thoughts as stillgotlegspodcast on Twitter. Whatever.
That is exactly what I was about to say. God damn you.
Great.
It's going to give the illusion of it going faster now because you've said it. That's not fair.
Nathan, we have another podcast, don't we? You're absolutely right,
Fuck's
Lawrence. We
sake.
do. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we get together to discuss something in that realm. Could be a movie, could be a TV show, could be a video game, could be a bad movie called Creed, or it could be a fun movie called Cruella.
Look at you.
Choice is yours.
Look at you. You said it was fine, and you were like, it's
It is fine. I'm being hyperbolic, and mostly just to annoy you.
It worked.
Okay.
It worked very well.
And
Curse you.
it worked very well. Another classic flim flam from Nathan.
How long's this gonna stick? Can this be episode specific?
Yeah, this will probably be limited.
Okay, thank God.
I'm pretty sure we'll have both forgotten completely about this by next week.
Someone in the Discord, by the way, join the Discord if you fancy. Someone in the Discord's going to say
join the Discord for good fun chats about everything.
flim flams, Nathan. Everyone's having flim flams.
Flim flams.
over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Stay cool, stay cool, stay. That was not two things. Stay cool, stay sexy, stay groovy. Goodbye, everyone.
Wow, that was really fucking terrible from you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I love you all, and Lawrence hates you. Bye.